That's it. gpmousereport.blogspot.com. I'm gonna show you a modification I'm about to do to my newly acquired F1 Strike 4.2 wing. I'll show you what I did already to one of the handles. So first, that's how they look. Flimsy and pretty thin, and my hands like it much thicker and sturdier. So look at this, is going to be how it's going to look at the end. I'm actually going to put the neoprene, like the boom, windsurfing boom neoprene around it, because this is perfect, but when it's wet it slips, so you want to make it more comfortable. I'm just testing it out. So that's 2 layers of, here's the stuff I'm using, and this is the large one. What is it? Is this one, whatever it is. And so, and then I got scissors and stuff if I need it. And so there's 2 layers of that around the handle. And as a result, the thing came out pretty sturdy, which I wasn't even expecting. I just wanted to make it big. And here's how the tape looks like. It's called rescue tape. When you wrap it onto itself, it says that it kind of bonds together, and so there's no glue. Let's start with the project. I don't know if these are the best materials to do this kind of job, but this is only what I found at the hardware store. Ace Hardware, Kahului. Easy. Okay, one little detail. So that's how you wrap it, you know, kind of spirals on itself. I hope you can see. And here at the beginning I put a little bit of duct tape. It's good to cut a few pieces, prepare them in advance, because then, you know, unless someone is helping you, that is kind of not the easiest thing to do by yourself. And so by putting the duct tape, the masking tape there, I make sure that the whole thing doesn't come apart, because this is supposed to be sticky, but it doesn't stick. But I don't care, because afterwards I'm gonna put the tape. That one does stick, so yeah, kind of tension it, stretch it when you apply it so that it's nice and tight, and make sure it doesn't overlap on itself, otherwise, you know, it creates a bulge which won't be, see, like right there. Nice. Okay, so I finished wrapping. That's how it looks like. I think this time I'm gonna leave the duct tape, the masking tape, because why not? And I would recommend to place the sealing tape and do the opposite direction, so they kind of cross over each other. Actually, I should start up here. Okay, so stretch it. As soon as it catches on itself, it stays. There you go, and then you go to the pattern of overlapping. You know, when I cover half of it, it kind of says on the instructions anyway. This will be a little in the way, but you can cut it as you go. Okay, so here's how the handle looks after 1 layer. And I think I'm gonna actually leave it like this, because I want to then try at the same time 2 layers versus 1 layer, because I like to try everything. So this is just work in progress. So after a couple of tests, I decided to leave the handles the way they were. The front one thicker with 2 layers, and the back one thinner with 1 layer. The reasons for that are multiple. First, I couldn't really figure out which one I felt better. They both felt pretty good and better than the original ones. And then I figured that if I use one kind of grip on the way out and a different kind of grip on the way in, and vice versa, I'm gonna use my hand in slightly different ways, or the fingers with a slightly different diameter of grip each reach, and that is good. Not to have your fingers always gripping at the same diameter. Again, this is from someone with advanced, I would say, trigger finger issues. And the other reason, well, it's actually, is that the front one is double layer, so it's heavier than the back one. So I'd rather leave it like this than put a second layer on the back one, because what happens when you do downwinders, you have moments in which you loft the wing and there's no apparent wind, and so the tail of the strut wants to come down. So the more weight you put there, the more it will come down. I do have to say that I did notice a slight increase in weight. Of course, it's inevitable. And that's also why I think they decided to do such minimalist handles to keep the overall weight so ridiculously light. So I am, what's the word? I am compromising some performance there, but that's my hands required. I want to quickly show that neoprene. I call it neoprene, but maybe I should call it something different. Anyways, this is like a boom grip. You find them everywhere. We sell them at high tech, and you glue it on with contact cement. I only had like spare pieces left. That's why the front one looks so weird, because it's two separate pieces, but it's nice and united at the bottom, so it feels pretty good. Unfortunately, I have to say that I also found out that this harness attachment, harness lines attachment, I don't like the position, and it looks like it's not particularly strong, to tell you the truth. So I started attaching it there, and it felt better. And I remember that, I don't know, months ago I found this guy. It's obviously, it's a Cabrina thing, it's obviously a kite accessories. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna use it there as my movable harness attachments. Yeah, so the back end of the harness lines needs to be somewhere there, in my opinion. So again, this concludes the video, I guess. It is really good. Anybody I let them try, they're all pretty happy how the handles feel. So that's a possible improvement on your the handles of your F1 or any wing. Again, it's better for your hands, especially if you have a trigger finger problem. It does add weight. There is no question, even though it's very limited. Thank you very much for watching.